Welcome everybody, we're super glad that you're here. My name is Troy Stein. If anybody here is looking for a hard sell or a big demo on Camtasia, that won't be here. I'm here to tell you about why people start watching videos, why they continue watching videos, why they stop watching videos, and how AI voices fit into that, okay? We have the best sound guy in all of Europe, Trip. Thank you very much for making this happen. As I said, my name's Troy Stein. The best thing about me are my kids, my 5 amazing kids, and their wonderful grandchildren. You can ooh and ah because they are amazing. The thing that I'd like to talk about today are 2 studies that we've done. And I'm going to probably go a little bit more in depth into what those studies are so that you can say, ooh, that was a really well done study. I kind of like what you did there, or I'm not so sure. Maybe I would have done that differently. I am going to show the data and invite anyone else here to do their own research as well, especially in the world of AI voices and the world of avatars. Do not publish things without experimenting, testing, evaluating. Internally, we had somebody use an AI video for an HR message, and it went over like a lead balloon, okay? So be thoughtful about how you apply technology, please. That being said, I'm going to talk about why people start, continue, and stop. But the first thing I want to talk about is a survey that we did very recently. We surveyed 600 people across the globe. These were non-customers. We paid people to watch a video and then answer questions. Okay? The people that we surveyed were English speaking from these countries. We looked and we spoke with non-customers, 18 to 65. They had a full-time job, and they said within the last, how many months? Last 30 days, they had watched an instructional video and had learned from it. Okay? After they said yes to those things, we allowed them to continue. They watched the video, they answered questions. We had 4 versions of the same video. So the video was the same. It was a video about Google Advanced Search. I made the video, simple video, right? Instructional how to do a thing. And then one was with a poor human voice, my voice with the microphone way out here and a lot of background noise. The other was my voice right here and a little bit closer, a little bit better microphone, a lot better microphone. And then we ran 2 other versions of the same video. Again, visuals the exact same. One had a bit of a robotic voice. Anybody here would say, yep, that's an avatar. The other one was, I'll call it a premium AI voice, and some of us here would say, not sure if that was an avatar. Okay? Hopefully, Trip, we'll see how this plays back. I'm going to play back the same 45-second video, and you'll hear for 10 seconds each one. Okay?
Search results can be a bit much. A simple question like, what is the best sunscreen, is full of ads and profit-driven biases.
Google's advanced search solves this.
A little bit better audio.
To begin, type in your search as you normally would.
This is me.
Go over to the Tools menu and choose Advanced Search.
Your search query will show up at the top. You can add additional terms, such as toddlers. Scroll down the page to domain. To see only research findings from universities, type in .edu.
Finally, click Advanced Search. When reviewing the search results, you might find more trustworthy answers from, say, the Cancer Center at the University of Utah than from Amazon.
Okay, you watched the video. 4 versions of the same video. And then we asked them a question. Was this video professionally produced? We asked that question because for our software Camtasia, our customers tell us we want to make a professional video. So we're like, all right, well, how do we do? And then we aggregated or combined strongly agree and agree statements. The one with the poor human voice got 73%. What do you think the pro-human voiceover got? Turn to your neighbor and say, with a better voiceover, what was the score on professionalism with the better human voice? I hear 80. Anybody going higher than 80? Do I hear 80? We got 85. Do I hear 89? 89? All right, so we got something up above 80, and the answer is actually 87. Now turn to your neighbor and say, what would the robotic, somewhat plain AI voice get? Go ahead. Talk it through. I heard 50. Anybody want to go lower than 50? Anybody want to go higher than 50? Anybody 60? 70? I heard 70. Anyone want to go 80? Anyone want to go 85? Anyone want to go 87? All right. Premium AI voice, 92. This is where I take a big slice of humble pie because my voice did not do as well as an AI voice. Turn to your seatmate, because honestly, the things you guys say to each other, you will remember a lot more than anything I say here today. So turn to your seatmate and explain why AI voices did better than the human voices, as well, if not better. What's your hypotheses? Anybody got a strong opinion that you want to share? Do we got a hypothesis here, gentlemen?
Accents.
Ooh, accents,
Could
yeah.
be that your accent's too
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, it's possible my voice has an affect and people are like, I don't like that guy's voice. We did have one, and by the way, I welcome any suggestions about how we could have done this better, because we will continue to improve this over time. One person said, you should have had a woman's voice, because instruction often is equated with teachers, and teachers are often females. That may have been a better way to do it. Here's my two points on this. When in doubt, avoid not a bad human voice, but a poor voice over. That one's easy to do. Maybe not as easy as you think, but if not, then go with an AI voice, because you can get as well as a good human voice, if not slightly better. Okay? Let's talk about another one. We did what we call in America a pop quiz. We wanted to see, did they actually learn something? Not that what they learned was that important, but we did want to know, were we able to communicate an idea, and did they remember it? So we asked them, after searching on Google, where do you go to find advanced search? Once again, humble pie for Troy. Good audio got slightly lower scores than the poor audio. Anyone have a hypothesis on why that is? I have a hunch that maybe when they can't hear as well, two things might be happening. One is they're leaning in, like, wait, what did he say? What? And that might cause a slight increase. The other is that, at least in an educational setting, we're used to a lot of professors making really poor recordings, and maybe we're used to learning from poor recordings. It's not a huge statistical difference, but this feels somewhat significant, that the premium AI voice got a 10% improvement over my good microphone. This is not what I expected. All right, this is interesting. We did ask them when they watched the video, did this video use an AI voice? And then we looked at the percent that said correctly. 23 out of 23% said, yep, this is a human voice. 28% said, yep, this is an AI voice. That seems incredibly small to me. when we looked at it and we looked at the number, because we said, this is an AI voice, yes, no, or not really sure, double the number of people that were unsure about voices being AI or not. However, when we looked at the robot voice, there was a lot of people could figure that part out. Okay? Now do remember that they learned pretty well with even a poor AI voice. With the poor human voice, the level of uncertainty was much lower. And they actually got that right a lot, they got this right a lot. So poor quality people can detect. High quality, not so much. Okay? Next. We asked them if they agreed with the statement, I'm more willing this year than last year to watch a video with an AI voice. Boop, 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 boop. Would you say that beloved England is lower or higher in terms of receptivity to an AI voice? Let me see your hands. Let's start in the middle, folks. Put it in the middle. Give me a thumb. All right, and now turn it up or down. Where do you say it? The answer's there. All right, see some nods. Yep, you got it right. Not sure why that is. Unless, I'm assuming you guys hear a lot of AI voice, maybe on the radio, social media, that kind of stuff. Does that sound about right? Okay, now, lots of people willing. If you're thinking about using an AI voice, you probably should. Many of you probably already are. Also, if you're thinking about using an AI voice, use a good one. Take the time, spend the money, find something that's really good. Obviously, we all know about the advantages of it. In December, so right now, this week, we're running the same thing, the same type of survey, but with avatars. With sort of robotish, I live in Germany, my voice, I mix English and German too much. Robotic-like avatars. As well as really good avatars. So we'll be able to evaluate that. We'll have that full study coming in December. And if you like, I can scan you, or my friend, where's Hazer? Hazer's back there. My friend Hazer and I can scan you, and we will make sure that we get you the report with the data from the AI voices and the AI avatars. Okay, so let's talk now about the second study. And the second one was one that we did last year, 2024, because we wanted to understand why people started, continued, and stopped watching videos. It's important to us. My software, Camtasia, makes a lot of videos, and we want to make sure that we understand what improves. This information is valuable no matter what tool that you use. Again, same thing as last time. These people were not our customers. They were between 18 and 65. They were male and female, fully employed, and they had watched an instructional video in the last 30 days. And so why did they start? The number one reason for them was the description. The description was more important than the length of the video. And by the way, the description was because we do this every few years, we do this study. Description grew 14% in importance. Why 20% more important? I'll leave it to you. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about length for just a second. We did ask them, what is your preferred length for an instructional video? We gave them multiple options. It looked like this. Let me summarize by saying, if you look at these things together into smaller chunks, it actually looks like this. I happen to have a customer education team that I manage, and I don't know about you guys, but we're often shooting for 3 to 4 minutes. Sound about right? Okay. And yet 5 to 10, also even 20 plus, there are people who prefer that level of duration. Maybe worth a conversation with your team as to, or with your audience about what they prefer. There are simple ways to get answers from your viewers and their preference. Okay? So do your videos need to be short? No, they do not. They need to be as long as necessary. And of course, as short as possible. Let's talk about why they keep watching. Let's take a look. The majority of reasons of why they keep watching, they're within your reach. And the number one by far, is it's easy to follow. I don't know how many of you have made content or even given presentations. Like, honestly, to me, this is a crappy slide. I don't like it because there's way too much on here, and as soon as I show that, your mind is reading, right? And then by the time you finish reading and you've looked at this and you're trying to make sense of it, I'm talking and you weren't listening at all to what I just said for the last 10, 15 seconds because your mind was somewhere else, right? We often make slides that aren't great, and the videos reflect that. Not that our videos are always about slides, but we make the same mistakes of overloading presentations. And then people don't follow us. Something like this is a little bit better, right? Making something that's easy to follow, bite-sized, building little bit by little bit is a big deal. In the area of small plug for screen recording, at least if you're making a tutorial, let's say about an expense reporting, you do have in the world of Camtasia the ability to modify the cursor so that visually you can follow around and you can change the visibility to the cursor. That is the last plug you will see for my products. Okay, other things that make it easier to watch or for people to keep watching: audio narration, high quality, professional style video effects, interactivity, quizzes, face of the speaker was valuable to them, and good background music. All of those are within your control. Try to find a tool that makes that easy if you can. Now the stop. Why do they stop watching the videos? The number one reason they stopped is because they got what they needed. So I know that we might look at our statistics, whether it's on LMS or on YouTube, and go, oh my gosh, they left after 90 seconds and I had 4 minutes of content. It may be that they left because they were done. They got what they needed. So please consider front loading your videos. It's tempting to say, oh, I'm going to save the best for last, right? I'm going to make a great story out of this. And there is some real reason why you might want to create content that has a hook that keeps people to the end. But also recognize that if you can help them get their answer quick, they're really going to be happy with you. Okay. My time here is almost up. We are going to do a presentation at 12 o'clock over at the booth at C30. Help, my video is boring, and so I'll be presenting. Hazer and I are happy to scan you if you would like to get the report on AI voices and AI videos. And if you have any other questions, or if you have feedback or requests for Camtasia and what we can do better in our products, feel free to talk to us. And thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it.